A situationship is like finding a dog. Hear me out. It's like you're living alone, right? And you start thinking about adopting a dog. You're like, I'd like some companionship. So you start going to shelters. You're not really finding a dog that fits you. You're like, oh, whatever. And then maybe one day on your way home, you find a dog on the street and he's the cutest little thing. And so you start walking home and he starts following you and you're like, oh my gosh, how cute. So he follows you inside and you tell him like you could sleep here. And so he's sleeping there. And then it gets to the point where you're like, let me buy you a dog bed. Let me make you more comfortable. I was thinking about getting a dog anyways. It kind of works out, right? It kind of fell into your lap and you're like, oh, let me get some treats, whatever, some toys. And so next time you see your friends are like, you got a dog? And you're like, well, you know how I was going to adoption centers? Yeah, I didn't adopt a dog, but right now, like, my door's kind of open and there's this dog that keeps coming back. Like, he sleeps here, so he's kind of like my dog. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. Like, did you get him checked for rabies? Like, maybe see, like, if he's someone else's lost dog, maybe he has an owner. And you're like, no, we're just having a good time right now, like, mind your business. We're cuddling, and I told you I wanted a dog, and this feels nice. And they're like, okay. So then maybe one day your dog's routine, when they go outside, when they go for a walk, and they keep coming back. They keep the schedule now. So maybe one day they're out on that walk for a little bit longer and you're like, hey, how's your walk today? Like I got worried for a second. Like now you care about this dog, right? You worry about this dog, you all these things, and your dog's like, why are you asking about what I did outside? Like, I'm back. And you're like, no, totally, I was just asking, did you piss on a fire hydrant, dig a hole? And they're like, they wag their tail and they look so cute and they're like, let's just cuddle and let's just play with the toys here. And you're like, okay, yeah, actually, like, I'm just happy that you're here. Okay. I'm glad nothing happened to you. You just start focusing on the positives and you're like, I'm just glad that you're back. And so then maybe at this point, right, your dog, your house looks like you're a dog owner. You might even be going to your friends, like, a pictures of me and my dog, like, oh my gosh, they're like, he's so cute. Maybe they've met him, they love him too. They're like, what a cutie pie. And at this point, you're not going to the adoption center anymore. You're not looking at other dogs, and also you're not bringing any other dogs in because they'll be able to smell that there's another dog in here. Everything about you is screaming dog owner. Okay.
This is actually like a great example how like you're not looking for any dogs and you can't get any other dog, you know what I'm saying? Because you already have like a kind of dog, you know what I'm saying?
So then your friends get to the point where they're like, all right, don't you think you should put a collar on this dog and just so that animal control doesn't take him away thinking that he's a lost dog? And you're like, yeah, I think it's that time. So you go to your dog and you're like, hey, why don't we maybe like put a little like collar on you so that other people know that you do have a home. And I don't want to put a leash on you. I don't want to put you in a cage. I just want to put a collar on you to make me feel better so that I'm not worried. And suddenly the dog's like, you see, the thing about that is the last time, my last owner put this spiky collar on me, and they give you this whole sob story as to why a collar just feels suffocating, and they're not ready for a collar, and they even turn to you and they're like, hey, like, don't you trust me? I keep coming back. I'm going to come back. I'm not sleeping anywhere else. I come back, and you're like, oh, no, that's valid. That makes absolute sense. You know what? I should just be happy that you come back. And I do trust you. Like, I wasn't even saying it out of trust. I guess I worry sometimes. And they're like, you don't got to worry about me. Okay. So now at this point, you are just stuck in this limbo where you fully look like a dog owner. Everyone in your life knows that you have a dog. You spend most of your time with this dog. But there, for some reason, I guess, like, you just still have to just trust that when this dog is out in the world that they won't ever be enticed by other treats or whatever. You're just like on this very confusing, you're like, oh no, like, I understand why he doesn't want a collar though, like, oh, like, I just feel so bad, but also like you're worried. And
Yeah, I think this ties into like my old video, or like old video like from a few days ago. It was talking about situationships, right? This lady was saying like it's about if you or like one person has to have compromised integrity and one person has to have like a lack of self-respect. So like you really get to see that here because it's like one person just wants it but won't, or like the dude will lie to her, you know what I'm saying?
then you're losing sleep over this dog, over if he comes in with extra dirt on his paws and leaves a mark. You're like, what is that? But you can't ask because he doesn't like that. So you start conforming. The dog's training you. Essentially, the dog is training you is what's going on. So you're not training the dog, but yeah, that's my analogy. Thanks.
Yeah, so I agree with that, to be honest. And like, as a guy, obviously hearing her talk about guys like that, and then it's like, you know, I can say that it's girls too. but like I mean, obviously, you know what I mean. There's girls also, but from what I've seen, what I've heard, and what I've experienced, I think, or not experienced, you know what I mean, but like, I think it is guys that, or like, I think that the dynamic is usually like this, where the guy does not want a relationship because of, you know, for whatever reason they don't want a relationship. But let's get into this last video for the video. Last video for the video. Yeah.
I think one of the biggest problems with Gen Z right now and why we can't find partners or relationship is because of the way the dating scene works. What I mean is, we automatically assume the word dating means you are together, boyfriend and girlfriend, 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 boyfriend, boyfriend, they, them, and they, them, like whatever the fuck. However, that is not what dating is. And it actually pains me so much that I have to attribute a label to everything. I hate it so much. And like for me, I'm aware of what my problems are. I hate when my partner texts me. I don't want you to text me. Why are you texting my fucking phone? You are not my friend. Don't text me.
Yeah, so this guy I kind of disagree with. I'm not gonna lie. Like, obviously, I agree with like some of it, but like it's like I feel like people like this. I feel like from how I see it, if you don't want to talk to them like at all, and you don't even want to like deal with them, then it's like why even date them? You know what I'm saying?
I would rather you call me at the end of the day if we can't see each other. Or like if you do text me,
That's
just be like,
also
hey, what are you
valid
doing
too.
later? Nothing. Okay, let's hang out. Okay, fine. That's it. That is it. That will be the extent of our conversations. However, everyone these days is a fucking emoji warrior, and I don't want to have to decipher ICLTSPMORN. Another big problem that Gen Z has when it comes to dating is that they're forcing their partners into their lives instead of them naturally blending in. Like, your partner doesn't have to hang out with you and your friends. They don't need to be there.
Okay, wait, I actually kind of take it back. It's kind of valid how, because like, if you text all the time, then you'll have nothing to talk about in person. You know what I'm saying? So you should limit how much you talk when it's not like quality time, I guess. So your times together is more valuable. And also with him saying you don't need to like force your partner into your life, I think that's true to an extent. But you also like your partner should know your friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you don't have to force it, obviously. But you know what I'm saying?
And the second someone says, let's fall asleep on the phone, I'm like actually gonna block you. No. Another big thing with Gen Z is that they are aging themselves way too fast. I am 19 years old. I do not want to be playing house with you. I am 19. I don't want us to act like we're a married couple. I don't want to do that. Not my thing. Like, I don't consider myself a high maintenance partner. Like, I'm so low maintenance. Like, I don't want dates. I'm okay with no dates as long as we just hang out. Like, chillin'. Show effort, of course, but chillin'. But some people. You guys are single because you're so fucking annoying. Like, you're genuinely single because you are so annoying. I truly pray for anyone that dates you because you are so annoying. Annoying! So many of you guys don't take into account, like, what other people's feelings are. And it's like, okay, that's your thing. You don't have to. But, like, come on. And an even bigger problem that I feel like younger generations have when it comes to relationships is that they don't realize their worth. They don't. They don't. And sure, like, you can be young and stupid, but you guys are, like, really stupid. Just young and, like, really stupid. Not young and stupid, like, really stupid. You're doing a man's homework, stupid. Like, Anyway, that's it. That's my TED Talk. Thanks for listening.
Like, I mean, he makes valid points, but then he's also like hypocritical in a way. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't agree with most of it, but like some of it is decent points. It's just another perspective, I guess, on dating as someone in Gen Z. You know what I mean? I think completely different than this guy does, but I mean, let me know in the comments what you guys think. You know what I mean?